What's going on, Jerome's? So, yes, I know that this is basically like a first take cowherd topic. Carson Wentz or JJ McCarthy for the Vikings, but it is a legit question. Personally, I have my answer, and a lot of you do as well. But just wanted to look at the evidence objectively and see what we got here. So Carson Wentz, 2-1 as a Viking starter, getting it done on Sunday over in foggy London town, and just pretty damn impressive, right? So Carson Wentz last drive secured the win, 9-9 passing, 71 passing yards, 1 touchdown, the game winner to Jordan Addison, 80 yards into the teeth of the number 1 defense in the National Football League with 4 backup offensive linemen. It's pretty damn impressive, no matter how you cut it, right? So the question is going to be, when the Vikings come off the bye, who's going to be at quarterback? Of course, Philadelphia Eagles at home. Philly just got beat. They're just hurting for a squirting. They're begging, pleading to get beaten. So the Vikings would love to have that feather in their cap. Of course, the Carson Wentz revenge game narratives are going to be there as well. But McCarthy, coming off that high ankle sprain, you should be good to go. Reportedly, he's been getting some practice during the bye week, and Kevin O'Connell does want to see him have a full week of practice. Talk about practice, right? And McCarthy, drafted to be the future franchise quarterback, number 10 overall pick, highest drafted quarterback in team history last season, had the meniscus, and then this year, high ankle sprain early on. And I know people, piss and moan about 7 out of 8 bad quarters. What do you want from a quarterback who's starting his first game? He's 22 years old, just had a kid. Oh, by the way, people poo-poo the Falcons game. Kevin O'Connell had an thank you game plan. The offensive line was terrible. And also, remember, JJ McCarthy missed a Thursday practice for the birth of his kid. Now, that's absolutely good to go. Family is first. But that could impact performance on Sunday. Missing very important. Usually Thursday is like third down install day. So it's kind of a big deal. As well as if any of y'all have had children, you know that the first couple of days and weeks, not a lot of sleep going on. Whether you're the mother or the father, there's not a lot of sleep going on. So that factors in. Are they excuses? No, but just need to be noted, right? Of course, JJ McCarthy fighting through that ankle. I mean, tough as hell, man. It's working his way through. And of course, McCarthy, Kevin O'Connell, mind meld is certainly there. And JJ McCarthy and Kevin O'Connell bring this team a dozen Jerome Bartys in the next 10 years. It's just going to be beautiful. And Carson Wentz, a pride at NDSU, coming aboard right before the start of the season. I feel like it was kind of grooved that he was going to be the Vikings backup when it was clear that Sam Howell wasn't going to work out. But he sees you when you're pooping. That's right. And Carson Wentz has frankly played some damn good football under the tutelage of Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell's actually learned is like, oh yeah, I'm a good play caller. How about we do that? Yeah. And Wentz and McCarthy, the great thing is that there isn't an ounce of malice here. This isn't, hey, you took my job. Hey, I hope you fail. No, they're teammates, and it's about the team, and that's something that's good to go. And both McCarthy and Wentz have suffered under very porous offensive line that, knocking on all the wood, will ideally be getting a little bit healthier over the bye week and return of a bunch of starters, which is going to be good to go. And Carson Wentz so far this season, I mean, getting after things. Completed 69% of his passes. Nice 5 touchdowns, 2 picks. Now, 2 of the picks were tipped, but also, have you seen the last couple of days? Like, his release point has gotten significantly more sidearm. Like, he's looking like Pat Neshek out there. So partly could be on him, but 99.5 quarterback rating, which is damn solid. And overall, like, he's done exactly what you've asked him to do. Operate the offense, get the ball to the playmakers, and go from there. And not to mention that drive took onions, man. Just calling a spade. Now, obviously, I'm team JJ in this spot, but you can still appreciate what Carson Wentz did. Some really damn good stuff, man. Carson Wentz season. And Kevin O'Connell, when asked, so he was asked a very leading question by one of the, didn't sound like a beat writer, it sounded like a national person, it was American, but he was asked, is this Carson Wentz's job to lose? Kevin Seifert, ESPN, who's not Carl Gershman, Kevin O'Connell asked today about how the quarterback situation will play out post-bye. Quote, yeah, I'm just excited we got the win today, and we're going to move forward in this bye and get as healthy as we can at all positions and attack this thing through the next few games. Again, Kevin O'Connell is so good at the non-answer answer. And he's not wrong. right? And also, I mean, it's 2 full weeks until the Vikings play another game. He doesn't have to give an answer. And frankly, I don't think that he will give an answer until a week and a half from now when the Vikings start practice, because whoever it's going to be is going to get all the quarterback 1 reps, because Kevin O'Connell believes that practice is extremely important, which, by the way, certainly could impact what happened with JJ McCarthy in the Falcons game, missing Thursday practice. Again, not saying, I'm just saying. All right. And here's the thing about Kevin O'Connell. He never technically named JJ McCarthy quarterback 1 in training camp either. Like, that never came about. So I'm not holding my breath here. And also, I'm not reading too much into, well, he didn't name a starter, so that means that it could be Wentz. Nah, I think he knows who it's going to be. Carson Wentz talking postgame as well. Kevin Seifert again. Carson Wentz on if he looked ahead. Yeah, I've done plenty of looking ahead in my life. I'm done doing that. I'm very much trying to live in the moment and appreciate the moment right now. He's been reading some of JJ McCarthy's books on tape. Really Unleash the Giant Within. I'm going to say this one, get healthy, and see what happens. And Wentz, put that sling on his left shoulder. It looks like he's been dealing with some rib issues as well. I mean, tough-ass dude. Tough-ass hombre, just absolutely getting it done under less than ideal conditions. So you have to respect that there. So there's a couple things here. I don't think it's a controversy. I think that it is 100% JJ McCarthy's job when he's fully healthy. Right. And as we said, like, Carson Wentz can play some really good football, unfortunately, issue. And frankly, he's looked above average. He's looked above average, very good, especially that last drive against the Browns, against the number 1 defense. And you respect it. But the question is, the only question that matters in this situation is, can you win a Super Bowl with Carson Wentz this season? This season, not next season, not the season after that. Because remember, he is going to be 33 years young. Probably not building the future around him. Although Rich Gannon just... So, we're obviously pro JJ McCarthy, but also you're not going to squander a chance to win a Super Bowl. If you honestly believe that you can win a Super Bowl with Carson Wentz this year, all in, right? And if the answer is yes, start Wentz. If no, start McCarthy, right? Because, we're here to win games. That's fine. But the goal for this team is to win a Super Bowl, right? And... It'd be fun to win 10 games, get a wild card, bow out in the first round with Carson Wentz, and then what? Then you have another full season where JJ McCarthy hasn't gotten very valuable experience and practice reps as quarterback 1, and Carson Wentz may just leave and sign somewhere else. $40 million a year, who knows? Or is the plan to build around Carson Wentz and then delay the JJ McCarthy reign again? Nah. Like I said, the team goal is to win a Super Bowl. You have this beautiful 3-year window with JJ McCarthy. And this is the plan all off season. This is why the Vikings didn't re-sign Sam Darnold. That's why they didn't re-sign Daniel Jones. That's why they didn't bring aboard Aaron Rodgers, because they believe in this kid, and they're not going to just flip the script because Carson Wentz played good. And, but JJ McCarthy had a bad game against the Falcons where the offensive line was bad and JJ didn't get any sleep and also he missed a day of practice. In his second career game. Literally his first career game at US Bank Stadium, people are just ready to write him off. Nah. Also, a dynamic here is that Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi have job security. They both signed extensions. Now, if they're in a spot like a head coach and a GM that needed to win games short term to try and just keep the job, you could easily see them going with Carson Wentz. But that is not the case. Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell shoved all their chips in with JJ McCarthy. I mean, it's not an accident that their extensions line up with JJ McCarthy's rookie deal. I mean, they're all in this together, and that's why it's JJ McCarthy's job. Also, can the O-line protect him? And ideally, the offensive line is going to be getting healthy and going to be good to go. Brian O'Neill off the MCL. Ryan Kelly's on IR with a concussion, but he'll be back. Donovan Jackson is slated to be back Week 7 against the Eagles after that wrist issue. And everything else. Hell, maybe Blake Brandel's the center of the future. Who knew? Who knew, man? But I will say that pressure-wise, I feel like Wentz has handled it better, but also that's exactly what you expect from a 33-year-old veteran quarterback who's been there, done that, got the T-shirt, played at a high level before, versus a 22-year-old making his second career NFL start. I'm sorry, that's just how it works, right? But how does JJ McCarthy get better? Reps. Reps are needed, right? Because, like I said, unless you can say for sure that you can win a Super Bowl with Carson Wentz this season, you start JJ McCarthy because you are going to have that window to win a Super Bowl, right? And he can still be that dude, and he will be that dude. So that's why, even though, like I said, God love him. Respect. Carson Wentz just been absolutely balling. It's very valuable. Love to have him long-term as a backup. Although Bro Show looked really good on that kneel down against the Browns. Not saying, yeah. But this is going to be, again, people pretend like this didn't happen. This is kind of a big deal. NFC Offensive Player of the Week, week 1. Yeah. And you're going to ride or die with JJ McCarthy. And also, I think it's going to be a lot of riding because the offensive line is going to be good to go. And then just getting the ball to the weapons. McCarthy clearly had big-time chemistry with Addison. Plus, here's the thing, too. Once the offensive line improves, you don't have to keep Hockenson, Oliver, Ham, Mason, Scott in as much to help chip and pass protect. So then you got more weapons, more options that the defense has to cover for McCarthy. Go through progressions quicker. It's going to be good to go. All right. So we'll see. We got 2 full weeks. Well, a week and a half because, like I said, I think once Kevin McCollum makes a decision, I think that quarterback's going to get all the reps, and it's going to be clearly this bye week is going to be very important for JJ McCarthy because McCarthy isn't going to Cabo like a bunch of other people. No, he's going to be at US Bank Stadium in a lab with a pen and pad trying to get this damn label off, get that ankle good to go, take his reps, get his eyes squared up, get everything technically sound, and then have a full week of practice ahead of the Eagles. Historic US Bank Stadium, taking down the Super Bowl champs. Woo! Good times. Good times. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Wentz or JJ? When everyone is fully healthy, let us know. Comment section, you guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.